Okay, continuing from part 1. I didn't realize that I only had 10 minutes, so I'm going to start continue from that bit and do it a bit quicker. And I only have 10 minutes right now, so I'll do it a bit quicker than that. Anyway, yes, as I was saying, the Arabs returned to the Israelis with an answer: 3 no's. No to peace, no to recognition of Israel, and no to talks with Israel at all. Then for that, the war broke out. Everything went crazy. The Israelis were fighting. They were fighting in the south, in the north, in the east, in the west. Jerusalem was the main part, but unfortunately in Jerusalem they were unsuccessful in taking it, and they had to because Jewish people were getting murdered in the streets, and there were snipers in the windows, by Jordanian snipers in the windows, and shooting, and all over Israel there was chaos. And what happened was, after that war, Israel basically didn't control much. They controlled the desert in the south, and they controlled a bit in the north, and they controlled the coastline until Ashkelon, until the Gaza Strip, more or less. So the Palestinians and the Jordanians, the Syrians in the north, the Lebanese, the Egyptians in the south, basically were surrounded. The West Bank was controlled by the Jordanians, Gaza Strip by the Egyptians, and there were Palestinians in the West Bank, there were Palestinians in Gaza, but mainly, the Palestinians were either Egyptians, Syrians. They were all mixed. They weren't really Palestinians. They were only named Palestinians. Anyway, so they lived like this under the threat of an attack. The Israelis lived like this under threats of attack constantly. Suicide bombings, stabbings, shootings, constantly till 67 basically, which is about how much? 19 years, 20 nearly. Anyway, the problem was that they could basically attack Israel and cut it in half, because there was only about 10 kilometers distance or something like that, or no, it was more. It was about 50 kilometers difference from the coast to the Arabs, and they could just cut it in half, and then there would be a problem. So in 67, the plan was the Arabs, the Muslims, got together, and what did they decide to do? To attack the whole of Israel, from the north to the south. Attack everywhere. So tell me, if another country would come and threaten the existence of America and attack, would you defend it? Would you try to defend your borders and expand safe areas so that they couldn't do it again? I think yes. If not, then there must be a problem there. So the Israelis, the Jews, had to defend themselves. So that's where the 6-Day War broke out. And in America, they won the war in 6 days, where they were less soldiers, less equipment, less tanks, less everything. But they managed within 6 days to get ×4 of the area that they had. They succeeded in conquering areas like crazy. They went all the way into Lebanon. They went all the way into Jordan, into Syria. They nearly reached Beirut. They nearly reached Damascus. They conquered the whole of the Sinai Desert. They conquered the whole of the Gaza Strip. That's only to make a safe haven for the Israelis, so none of this would happen again. And in that war, they conquered Jerusalem too, and didn't destroy the mosque. And after this, obviously, the Israelis offered peace. Come back to your homes. They were calling all the Palestinians, come back to your homes. Come back to your homes. Live where you live. Just live in peace, though. We don't want to fight you. We just want to be safe. You're attacking us. Well, it's so simple. They were offered to come back, but they didn't want to. They left. They decided, some of them went to Jordan. What happened when they ran to Jordan? Jordan massacred them. But that's another story. So, you were talking about occupying forces. I was just getting a bit of background. Yeah. So then came 73, and again they tried to attack. Surprise attack. Obviously, they did not succeed again. Don't know why. I don't know how. Maybe our prophecies are right. Someone's prophecy is right. Someone's prophecy is wrong. But anyway, they survived. And so then came the politicians, and you know, an occupying force is never good. So, peace treaty with Egypt. Israelis left the Sinai, gave it back to them. In the north, they retreated, but they were still there. They were still there, which was wrong, but was the only way to keep the Hezbollah away. In the West Bank, we still kept, but they still lived there, the Arabs and the Palestinians. Unfortunately, you know, it's wrong, but conquered it and we won fair and square. We offered them it to live there. They didn't want it, so we took it. They didn't want it. We won it fair and square. It was their war that they broke out. You can't start a fight, yeah, with someone, and then if you lose, cry about it. I mean, you started the fight, didn't you? You know. Anyway, so we left Jordan, we left Egypt. We're still in occupying force in the north, and in the south, and in Gaza Strip. Well, in I think it was 2001. The soldiers left. No occupying force anymore. A nice border. Peace. Meant to be peace. In the Gaza Strip, we left. Eventually we left. We should have left years ago, but they left. Yeah, so they left, and now there's no occupying force. So what's going on now? Why did the war break out in Lebanon? Because we've got a threat of terrorism on us. Gaza Strip, there's no occupying force there anymore. No occupying force. They were offered a state, everything. But we're still getting rockets. They're still getting rockets. I don't live there, so I can't say we. But they're still getting hit by rockets from Gaza. Suicide bombers still trying to come in. Fired on, shooting. Look, you need to understand that there's about 500,000 Arabs and Muslims living within Israel. I don't know if you've gone to Israel and seen, you know, where they live, but I have been. Al-Fahim, Wadi Ara, Nasrat, enough places. Bethlehem, Shechem, they're living in Israel with peace. What's the big deal? Why does there not have to be peace within certain towns, which is Ramallah, Shechem, you know, Nablus, Ramallah? The Gaza Strip is theirs. It's theirs. Why do they have to continue fighting? I don't understand. I want you to explain to me what is the whole point. Why are they still fighting the Israelis? It's enough. It's old time. Now we're in the new times. Enough with that. You said something about, you know, the Israelis driving the Arabs mad. I don't see where you get that. I mean, what are we doing that's pissing them off? What are we? Where are the Israelis antagonizing them? I mean, you know, it's not every one of them. They're good people, but unfortunately, you have these terrorisms who are just causing trouble, and the war breaking out in the north. Who's supporting this war? Iran. Why would Iran want to destroy Israel? I mean, they're giving money to the Hamas, to the Hezbollah, to destroy Israel. What for? I'm trying to get to a answer here. I don't understand. I want to understand it in my head. You have a lot of knowledge.